Wart, wart, wart. Two-Face is a pretty good villain for a big meanie who smells like dookie. He has no powers unless you count shooting a gun and a deep thorough understanding of law enforcement as a superpower. I mean, I've shot guns, and I'm pretty confident I can learn law enforcement pretty well, and it's not like I can take out a loan and go to a university to get a degree in being a Green Lantern, protector of the galaxy, talking to some blue wizards. Two-Face is a district attorney turned bad guy after half of his face was left permanently scarred by an acid attack. After this cruel and British attack on his life, Two-Face led a life of crime and villainy because what else can you do with a face like this? Practice law? Originally, this was it, but later it was written into his backstory that he was beaten when he was a kid by his father. I think it's safe to say Two-Face is the mascot of men's mental health, and he should be logically treated by some normal insane person, instead for the criminally insane. Do you think this architecture screams rehabilitation? Anyways, dark themes of child abuse aside, Two-Face is a really cool minifigure from the LEGO Batman video games. Two-Face is really baller and deserves to be ranked like damn near every other Batman minifig. Will I do any other characters other than Batman villains? Yes. Patience, strong one. Two-Face from The Dark Knight and Batman Forever are not minifigures. Thankfully, I'm fine with it since Tommy Lee Jones looks ridiculous and he was a nut in that movie. If having no theatrical live-action Two-Face means we don't get the funny guy from Thank You for Smoking as Two-Face, then consider it a worthy sacrifice. Also, did you know that Thank You for Smoking is Elon Musk's only producer credit, ever? I'm just saying, it's not that deep. This is probably the only time I'll talk about this movie on my channel. Anyways, for this video I'm going to be ranking the Two-Face minifigures. Please make sure to leave a like and comment because it really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you want. I don't care too much about that, but a like and comment goes a really long way. Thank you. Enough begging, and without stretching this intro too long, I give you all the Two-Face minifigures ranked. Coming in last place is the absolute worst Two-Face figure. Looking at this figure has given me typhus because it is so horrid. Cannot believe that LEGO ever approved of this design. Anyone involved deserves to have their shoes permanently attached to their feet. Just kidding, it's a pretty fine figure, but in comparison where it's stacked against every other version, it loses so easily. It's pretty fine. Out of all of them, it has the most reusable torso and leg print for custom fancy minifigs outside of Two-Face. On top of that, the face print is also really good, and I venture to guess the face and hairpiece would do better with this torso and legs rather than this one. Maybe. I'm unsure since this figure works great as is. Outside of that, this figure is nothing special, which isn't a problem, but when you're stacked against the next three, it sucks. Perfect description for this is like my favorite analogy for Dark Souls 2 and its quality from A Kind Ale War.
Look, of course, I should definitely clarify this.
Two-Face
is a great
minifigures.
When you compare it to other mere mortal
Minifigure.
Standing alone, it's fantastic. In comparison to the rest in the series,
Overall, fine minifig, but pretty weak considering this is the most recent one. Step it up, LEGO. I don't want to add an addendum to this list where actually the 2020 whatever version is terrible and makes this one look good in comparison. It's fine, it does its job, and it's not bad. On to the next one. Coming in third place is the one most people expected to be in the top spot. However, for my ranking, there are two more that deserves to be higher. I'm of course talking about the original. I love this design, and so do you. The basic black and white color scheme for the character is perfect. Clearly based on Batman the Animated Series, leaving LEGO with no reason to ever make a nostalgia grab version of that character from Batman the Animated Series, because this one already exists. Damn it! Either way, this design does really well, specifically with the hairpiece. However, I do consider this figure to be a bit overrated. While the black and white color scheme is nice, I do prefer another one that we'll get into later. Also, this is the worst face print for this character with very little attention given to the still human looking side. Just look at it. Gross. Also, for some reason, there's a version of this figure that is objectively worse. Do you see it? That, right there. It's missing crotch printing. This is a very cringe beta move from LEGO, and I expect their Epic Sigma Gamer license to get revoked for this. Also, goons. He has his own goons in minifig form, and to be honest, they really dropped the ball in the wardrobe department. Distinct enough to be tied back to Two-Face, but ugly enough to not be worth the extra help. Overall, good minifig. That seems overrated at times. Coming in second place is the minifigure from the LEGO Batman movie. For some reason, they decided to get rid of the Two-Face origins of being acid attack in the face and just went for a full bucket splashing the side of his body. Either way, what puts this one in second place, for me, is a really cool Easter egg that he's played by Billy D. Williams. For those unaware, Billy D. Williams plays Harvey Dent in the 1989 version of Batman, but since that version of the character never turned into Two-Face, the Lego Batman movie decided 28 years later, screw it, he's still with us and he never got a chance. Plus, it's just his voice for like 2 seconds of maybe audible dialogue. And then they put him in the movie as Two-Face and designed the minifigure off of his look in Batman '89. This Easter egg alone is pretty cool, and I didn't notice until recently. Other than that, it's a cool minifig. The Billy D. Williams fact was just so mind-blowing that it instantly changed my perception of this figure. So yeah, it's in second place for that, over the classic. It's my list. I do what I want. In terms of actual design elements, I like that the face print being so graphic compared to the rest, and his suit being disheveled rather than his custom tailored suit for villainy. I think it's really nice. On to the next one. Coming in first place is the LEGO Batman 2 Two-Face. For me, what put this one in the top spot is the combination of an updated classic design, with more varied colors, and the small details added like the pelvis print, face print, and goon designs. The pelvis print is simply better because it has an actual print on it, completing the rest of his torso. The face print is massively improved, with tweaks to both sides giving a little more detail. The left side of his face print has menacing details that sell him as a villain. Finally, the biggest change was from black and white to orange and purple. While this does not fit with the hairpiece as well as the previous one, I'm perfectly fine with it because it makes sense for an acid attack victim to have his face and hair messed up while he focuses on the absolute drip. Finally, the color change is a welcome addition since I like the color orange and purple together, and it works well with the character. This is also shown with the updated goons, also having a new color scheme and more details. Of course, these goons are better because they actually have details rather than just a black and white torso. Finally, if I have not yet convinced you that this is the top spot, the micro figure is based on this design. Clearly, LEGO is making a 140 IQ move by making the micro figure off of this design. Two-Face has some overall good designs. There wasn't one on the list that felt like a complete waste. At worst, the fourth place one is just bad in comparison. In a vacuum, this minifig is alright and is good for custom builds. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch more minifig rankings, check out my channel. I highly recommend this one. Don't forget to leave a like and comment, it really helps out the channel. Thanks again, bye bye.